Hi, I'm Adam Jahns from the Chicago Sun-Times. We're back here in Bourbon with my colleague Patrick Finley. All right, Pat, let's talk about some old Bears who showed up at practice today. Brian Urlacher, everybody loves him. The fans were cheering for him, and Nolan Krutz. He was getting some love from the fans today. Why are they here, and what do you make of it?
Well, Big Cat Williams was here too. Urlacher is the real question, and Urlacher is here because Urlacher is buddies with John Fox. He has been for a long time, I believe, through Jay Glazer, or I assume. They've communicated before, and John wants him around, and for that reason, he's here. That's good news for the Bears, who had softened their relationship toward him and vice versa in the last couple of years. But you have to imagine we'll see Brian around more than a couple of times this year.
Yeah, it's fence mending. We all know Brian didn't have the best relationship with former general manager Phil Emery, so he's been encouraged to show up as much as possible. That's what John Fox said today.
Well, and that's good. These things never end pretty. Divorces are always ugly in sports, and the fact that they're new Bears are under new management, I'm sure, is probably the best thing to ever happen to the relationship with Brian Urlacher.
On the field, Urlacher had to like what he saw because it was the defense dominating the offense. I mean, Jay Cutler admitted to that. Shane McClellan was everywhere. Christian Jones was everywhere. If Jay Cutler could be sacked, it would have been like that New York Giants game a couple years ago.
And yeah, and Willie Young was out there playing a little more than we've seen him play. And I think that's good news for him as he recovers from his Achilles. John Fox said today he's not too incredibly concerned, that at this point the defense is usually farther along than the offense, and that the Bears, after tomorrow, will have finally put in kind of all phases of the offense.
But I will say this, there are more returning starters on offense, and this is a 3-4 defense that Vic Fangio
Well,
is
and the offense is supposed to be better, and you know as well as I do that at this point, coaches aren't going to act panicked, even if deep down they are. I think we've seen that when we've asked John Fox about Jimmy Clausen, who quite frankly hasn't looked very good at all, and Fox keeps saying it's early, it's early, it's early. I know coaches, that's not the way they think.
Finally, I wanted to ask you about Jay Cutler at 32. I know you spent time talking to Cutler today like the rest of us, but you also had Adam Gase off to the side today trying to figure out what Cutler can be at age 32. So
Jay told us a great story today that he doesn't understand kids these days with their video games and with their little screens on the video games so you can watch your friends play video games. He really sounded like an old man, which in football terms he is. I mean, Kevin White is more than 10 years younger than Jay Cutler, which is insane. But Jay said he's going to jump in and play those video games, try to connect with his teammates, and he knows that the older he gets, the more different he becomes than the rest of his teammates, and the more effort he has to make that connection. Gase said that Peyton Manning did the same thing in Denver, and it worked well, and I think it's a smart move by Jay, who is such an intelligent guy that you forget sometimes that he knows what he's doing.
All right, day 6 is done here in Bourbon with the Sun-Times. He was Patrick Finley. I'm Adam Jahns. Thanks for watching this Bears Beat video.